Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm back and we are talking about the Prince Harry. We are talking about Mr. Prince Harry and what he's been up to in LA. So there's all these reports of Prince Harry being a lost soul in LA and desperate. So he's desperate, he's lost, he's confused, and we know this. Harry has been looking desperate, lost and confused for a very long time, for the duration of his marriage, and it's only gotten worse. It says here, Prince Harry will be a lost soul in LA, claims royal author Tom Quinn, saying he'll find it harder than Meghan Markle did to settle in the UK, as he is not as tough. And we know this. Harry is extremely emotional. He has gone on millions of rants. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but he's gone on quite a few rants against the press, against the media. He screamed racism, he screamed victimization, right, over the last few years. So I'm going to get into this. The royal commentator believes Harry will find it harder to adjust to LA life, which has much looser privacy laws, as he isn't tough. And that is true. We know that when the lockdown ends in LA, they are going to be all over them. I've seen the way they hound the Kardashians and the various other celebrities in America, especially in LA, or photos. They go into a frenzy because everybody needs a payday. Everybody wants to eat. And if they get that famous shot of them looking bad or looking really good, or possibly falling out of a club, drunk, whatever, they make a lot of money. So the paparazzi, America is very different to the UK. And don't come for me, Americans, because I love you guys. Can't wait to go back to America. But it's very different in that you guys just say what's on your minds. You are very expressive. Whereas over here we have the British stiff upper lip. We hold it down, we hold it back. We try to, except for on a Friday night when everyone gets lashed. When it's Friday night and everyone's out drinking over here in the UK, people go mental, they go crazy, classless, in fact, extremely unclassy, the British culture on the weekends. But over there, it's, you guys are just, you have more freedom, you say what you want, you talk about money openly. Over here, that is frowned upon. You guys are very free to say what you want to say, and you're very direct and honest. You want to make money, you're going to be making money. Over here, we move in silence. If we're not drunk, we move in silence. So the paparazzi are very direct. They don't really think about, oh, should I get up in that celebrity's face? Should I try and get that money shot? They're just going for it. If they want a photo, they're just going to ask for it. They're just going to fight for it. And we've seen it. We've seen the scrapping. We've seen the drama that goes on when Gaga or Beyonce or Kim Kardashian or all the celebrities I can think of, right? And Meghan and Harry are going to be subjected to that. They are the most talked about, one of the most talked about couples in the world right now. It has really died down because obviously we have this big pandemic, but they're really going to get it. They're going to get it hard. Harry's not going to like that. He couldn't even handle Meghan being papped in the woods on Vancouver Island. He went absolutely mental. I think he sued a paper out there and actually won a case of some description. So he's going to absolutely lose it. It's not going to be a nice feeling for him if it is true what he's been saying, which is that he wants private life and he wants to be left alone. He's going to get a really hard time, and everyone can see this coming. Tears in the works, guys. So it carries on to say, he said, it will be far worse for Harry in America than it will be for Meghan, and how it was for her in England. Royal biographers add that he believes Harry will find it hard to deal with the intrusive paparazzi in Hollywood. They will have to get used to the paparazzi, and in Hollywood, the gloves will be off. They'll have TMZ sticking a camera in their faces saying, how's your day going? It will be aggressive and Harry won't like it. It's going to be direct, it's going to be aggressive. It's not going to be anything like we do over here. It's going to be more drama fueled. Over here, when the press wants to get a picture, yeah, they will fight for your picture. They will get your picture. But in America, there's going to be more of them. It's going to be definitely more fiery because look at it. It's Harry and Meghan. They have caused a ruckus everywhere they have gone, from Canada to... They're controversial. They're extremely controversial duo that everyone has an opinion about. And that's some of the best marketing. So whoever is doing their marketing has done a pretty good job, because everybody feels something. And that's the most important thing, I think, when it comes to the world of celebrity. If no one feels nothing, you're pretty much dead. They have to either love you or hate you or both, right? And I think right now, Meghan and Harry really are like Marmite. You either really love what they're doing or you hate what they're doing. You hate what they've done. I do not like what Meghan and Harry have been doing. I do not agree with it. I think there's so many grounds upon which they are in conflict with everything they seem to care about. Meghan talks about feminism. She talks about this. She talks about that. Yet she wanted the big fairy tale wedding. She's married up and she has spent as much money of her husband's birthright as she possibly can, and she's only getting worse. She's gone to chartering planes, private planes, which she wasn't doing before. A true feminist, there's nothing wrong with a woman marrying up in the world or getting a better deal or marrying a prince even. But do it with some kind of integrity. Don't be so brash and vulgar about it. As soon as she got on the payroll, she was spending that coin like you wouldn't believe. Eye-wateringly expensive expenses. Her engagement photos, the dress was £56,000. Now, even if you are worth 3.5 million, even at that level of wealth, which she was about £3.8 million, $5 million it's estimated at. I think it was probably a lot less. But roughly, she was a millionaire, let's face it. She was a millionaire. She came from a very modest townhouse in Toronto. She had a small house. It was just a regular house. It wasn't horrible. It was nice. It was cozy. It was feminine. It was modest. It wasn't an elaborate mansion like Frogmore Cottage. It wasn't an elaborate £15 million Tyler Perry mansion with 12 bedrooms and 15 bathrooms. She didn't have all of that. She just had a regular home like millions of other people, which is fine. She then goes and marries into a royal family, and she's just jumping on a private plane for £500,000. She's wearing a £55,000. Come on. And she wants to tell me about feminism? Oh, no, Meghan. Don't tell anyone about feminism when you're doing all of that. She's given speeches. She didn't work that hard, and then she's complaining in South Africa in front of one of the poorest hemispheres of the earth. She's complaining about her life. Disgusting. It's vulgar. It's disrespectful. It was rude. And it's very hypocritical. Anyway, getting back to the point here, they are going to really struggle. Harry is going to really struggle out in LA. It carries on to say, the Duke reportedly told friends he cannot believe how his life has been turned upside down. Harry has told friends he is really missing the army as well as his military appointments. He has been telling friends he still can't believe this has happened. He can't believe his life has been turned around. He still can't believe it. I think Harry is on the verge of having a realization. He's had an epiphany that his life is pretty much gone south. That's what I personally think. Then it carries on to say, according to Harry's friend, the conservationist Dr. Jane Goodall, the Duke was finding life a bit challenging right now. It's not easy for Harry. Another friend adds, he had a much more established life in England and he doesn't really know anyone in LA. I imagine he might be feeling a bit of what Meghan felt over in the UK, lonely and directionless. I don't think Megxie ever felt lonely in the UK. She had an end game. She just wanted to get in, get the prize, have the £1 million wedding and get out as soon as possible. I don't believe that there was a moment where she felt like she was directionless. She had a clear goal. She knew why she was here. and she wrapped it up really quickly. So there's a few comments from people on the Daily Mail article. Someone has gone on to say, Meghan is always smiling straight at the camera and Harry always looked tired, worried and unhappy, unless there are a lot of badly timed photos. And that is true. There was countless photos of Harry just looking miserable, hating every second. Someone else has said, the house they are currently living in is nicer than the apartments of Buckingham Palace. He'll have to dress himself as he won't have a dresser, and I doubt he'll mow a lawn, and I don't think Meghan will push a vacuum. This made me realise how useless their existence is. They'll have no real sense of accomplishment or a job well done. Oh, that's pretty much it all, hasn't it, guys? They're not gonna... If they don't get work after lockdown, it's going to be quite a sad... It's going to be quite depressing for them, isn't it? That's what I think. Someone else went on to say, Meghan is thriving, he isn't. She loves being treated like the A-list celebrity she isn't. And it's only because she married Harry, but it won't last. Hollywood studios won't take a chance on her because she is universally despised. Somewhere along the way, she'll realise her plan backfired and try something else. They miscalculated the public response to them, walking away from the royal family in the way they did, and the long-lasting negative effects it will have on both of their careers. And the last comment is, how to start a marriage really badly. What my spouse wants, my spouse gets. It may sound chivalrous, but you've painted yourself into a corner where you are more slave than spouse. And the fight for equality, which you are going to have to do eventually, will be bitter. Start as you mean to go on with the mutual respect. And I think that person is obviously talking about Meghan and Harry's power dynamic, and we know that that is the power dynamic. Oh, Harry, I don't want to be in London, I don't want to be in the UK, I want to be in LA, I want to be next to my mum, my one family member that I can be bothered to talk to, right? So they leave his hundreds of family members for her one family member. Let's face it, she's not talking to her sisters, she's not talking to her aunts, she's not talking to her cousins, she's not talking to her dad, she's not talking to her siblings. Just one person. Harry's left so many people that loved him, that cherish him, that will want the best for him, for her, who despises everyone except her mum. How sad, how tragic. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Harry, he's been looking like a lost soul for a very long time. I don't think these reports are really far off the mark, but we will see. We're going to see where it ends for Harry. He's on the centre stage, so how can we really miss it? Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. I'll be back with another video. Bye, guys.